Hi, good evening. We'll just begin with questions straight away, please. Thanks, Chris, BBC.
Ange, I wonder if we could start with your thoughts on the game and your team's performance in general.
Yeah, firstly, credit to Real Madrid. I mean, they're a fantastic football team. They've got quality all through the side, and when they get sort of the ball moving, they're difficult to stop. But again, I thought obviously we got the 2 penalties against us early, even though we had created some chances for ourselves, and sort of the way the campaign's gone. And to be fair, the boys still dug in, and at 2-0 we get our penalty, and instead of 2-1, and not that it'll change potentially the outcome of the game, but just to give us a little bit of belief through that period. Unfortunately, we didn't take our chances, and then again, you always felt when they go forward that they have the quality to hurt you, and that happened. And conversely, at the other end, we created some good opportunities, and weren't able to take them. So disappointed that for the players and for our supporters that they didn't get sort of more joy out of the game today. But I can't fault our players' efforts or their endeavour. I think they gave everything.
There, that I wonder if tonight, scoreline aside, was a bit of the campaign and microcosm, in as much as showing that you can compete for spells, but being punished by not taking chances.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment of our campaign. I think anyone who's watched the games will say that, obviously today, look, like I said, you can't take away from the fact that they're a fantastic football team, but, we still came here and created, a lot of opportunities. I think, other clubs have struggled to do. So there's something in that for us, but ultimately we fell short. And, we'll need to sort of make sure that, we understand the areas and that we have fallen short in. And some of it's just experience, For our guys, all this is new, and our goal and our ambition should be to be at Champions League level every year. And I think you'll find if we do that and show the same sort of intent and endeavour, then we'll start to make more of an impact.
Buenas noches, señor Postecoglou. Soy Eugenio Mateo, de Dosis Futbolera. Le quería preguntar cuál es el balance que hace de estos 6 partidos que ha disputado el Celtic. ¿En qué cree que deben de mejorar para poder sacar experiencias positivas y repetir éxitos en la Liga escocesa? Gracias.
Look, I think, as I said before, for probably the majority of our players, this is their first experience, not just at Champions League level, for European football. And, I've seen them grow through it and understand, the fine lines and how you get punished for mistakes and how you need to take opportunities. And, that you can only develop that by exposing and experiencing it. And like I said, for us, it's the first time we've been in Champions League for 5 years. And it's fair to say, look, the responsibility lies with me because we've taken a bold approach to try and make an impact. And, we've paid the price for not, having the quality and the clinical finishing at one end and the opposition taking advantage at the other. But, the key for us, if we continue to play like this and continue to improve and we continually get to Champions League level, then, I've got no doubt we'll make an impact.
I'm just wondering if you had any issues with the penalties, either of them?
Oh, mate, I haven't seen the replays. I thought the second one looked a bit harsh. It was pretty close. But, it's VAR. They make these decisions. I haven't had a look at them. But at the end of the day, they've given, so you just got to get on with it.
From your own perspective, do you feel now, after 6 games in the Champions League and obviously the desire to get back into it, do you think it's a huge leap, or is it just tweaking here and there various bits of quality that you've mentioned?
Yeah, look, I think I said yesterday, I don't think it's one of these things where you every year in it you get better, because that's not how it works at this level. There are some pretty good, strong, credentialed football clubs that haven't qualified for the next round this year. So, but I just think that, if we're there every year and we play like this, that for a club like ours, you need everything to sort of come together. And by that I mean, we've had some key injuries. Our captain's been missing, Jota's been missing, Cam missing today. For us to really make an impact, we need all those things to go together, plus our players learning from their experience and taking those opportunities. But I've got no doubt that, our first job is to qualify next year, and if we're in it next year, that we'll make more of an impact than this year. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be a massive leap. But I don't think it needs to be. I think, bridging that gap isn't immense, but it's the most difficult bit to get, because you're talking about scoring goals at this level. That's not the easiest thing to do.
Hi there, Ewan McTeer from Manager Madrid. I just wanted to ask a little bit about the pitch. You had a plastic pitch on Sunday, this one here on grass, but it's not in the best state right now. Did that surprise you? How did you find this pitch going from Sunday's game to this one?
Yeah, look, I said on the weekend, I'm not a fan of the plastic pitches. I think it changes the game, and I just think in general it's harder on players as well. So I mean the pitch tonight, it wasn't probably in the best condition, but I don't think it affected the game. At the end of the day, it's still, I think you saw some pretty good passages of play from both teams. I think it didn't restrict players too much, so I think it was fine.
¿Qué tal? Buenas noches. Melchor Ruiz, de la cadena COPE. Quería preguntarle, dada la superioridad que ha visto el Real Madrid, si le ha sorprendido en algo y si le ve a un nivel parecido al del año pasado, donde fue haciendo una Champions realmente espectacular.
No, look, as I said, I think they're a fantastic football team. They're very, very experienced at this level, and I think that makes an enormous difference, because they understand, that in key moments you need to really take control of games, and they've got players who can do that, and that's no surprise, and I'm sure they'll do well in the competition again.
And now that the campaign is done, is there a feeling of frustration that you didn't pick up more points just based on the way you performed over the 6 games and the chances you created?
Look, I don't think frustration is probably how I feel, because I'd be frustrated if we didn't show any elements of playing the football I want us to. I'd be frustrated if the players shied away from playing, the kind of football we want to be, the kind of football team. That I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed for the players, and I'm disappointed for our fans, because I think it's a campaign where we could have given them, the players that could have got more rewards, which I think feeds them into more belief, because it's one of these things, if you're consistently missing chances, then you kind of, where do you gain the belief? You've got to break it somehow, and I'm just disappointed they never got that, because I think if we had got that, I think the game against Shakhtar away was a classic example. We had some great chances. You win that game, you score goals because we had enough chances. You build belief, and that's where the disappointment for me lies, and obviously for the supporters, because you saw them again tonight. They were unbelievable. I mean, look, we've lost 5-1, and they've got every right to. I don't think they'd ever boo us off the field, but not show their displeasure. But they've applauded the players off the field. I think they can see what we're trying to do, and I'm just disappointed that we weren't able to reward them more, and I'm disappointed for the players. But no, I'm not frustrated. Like I said, I'd be frustrated if I didn't see anything there that we're trying to build.
Hello. Sorry, by the very low averages, 76 goal attempts across your 6 games. Is that a comfort in a sense that you think if you did that again next year, you're not going to just have 3 goals?
Yeah, I think. And I know it's not that simple, but I do believe that. That's why I want us to go down this road. I think if we play like that every year, I think you gain more belief, you gain more, trust in what we're doing. The players feel more like they belong at this level. And look, we could have lost 2-0 tonight and created 1 or 2 chances, and probably wouldn't look as bad, and people would say, well, that's not a bad result, but I just don't think that's the way forward. I just don't think that's how we're going to make an impact. I think we need to be a team that can score goals and be threatening against every opposition. And I've got no doubt in my mind that if we replicate those sort of numbers next year, that, yeah, we will score more goals. And then, you know, it's not just a matter of scoring goals, because games change on goals. Like I said, you know, we scored tonight at 2-1. It puts a little bit of pressure on them, gives us belief. You know, in every game we've had those moments where you get a second goal or you get that first goal, and we just haven't had that, you know. But I believe that, you know, if we consistently do that at this level, we'll get there.
We'll just take two more, please. One here and then...
Hi, this is Jorge Cascon for Bernabeu Digital. I would like to ask you about the fans today of Celtic. There were thousands since 2 days ago. A message for them. Thanks.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, their support is unbelievable. Like I said, we've lost, you know, 5-1, and, you know, I don't think anyone enjoys that kind of defeat. But I think their reaction after the game was not just them, you know, sort of trying to make us feel better. I think they can appreciate what the players are trying to do, and that gives us, you know, sort of, anyway, it gives me massive motivation to reward them, you know, to make sure that we qualify again next year, and next year we, you know, we perform better and give them more, you know, moments like Jota's tonight, because, you know, that's what they deserve. And, yeah, like I said, that's where my disappointment lies, that you know, because ultimately I'm responsible for the approach we've taken, the way we've gone about things, and I would have wanted to repay them for their support.
And what could you say, or what have you said to the players that have missed the chances over the campaign? Because it's not about criticising them, but I mean, it'd be natural if they felt a bit down. I mean, have you had to kind of lift them at all?
Yeah, look, I think my feedback to the players is, you know, pretty much what I've said to you guys, is that you learn through experience, you understand the different levels. They've got some fantastic footballers. Every time they went forward, they looked really composed in front of goals with the way they took their chances. You know, some of that's quality, some of that's just the experience of being in those situations. For our guys, it's a new experience. Everything feels a little bit faster. Everything feels like you've just got to hit that ball a little bit harder to beat a world-class goalkeeper, all those kind of things. But eventually, I believe anyway, that if you keep putting yourself in that position, then, you know, you'll find that the game doesn't change, that you can still finish at that level, you can still score goals at that level. And my message to the players through the whole thing was that I believe if we continue to play that kind of football, continue to show that endeavour, you know, we will get their rewards and they will get their rewards, and not to focus too much on the outcome. Look, they're disappointed, obviously. We've lost 5-1. They understand that Real Madrid's a world-class team, but they also feel like they could have, you know, made more of an impact. So, but, you know, I keep saying to them, if we play like we did tonight in the Premiership every week, we're going to be hard to stop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.